Hi, and welcome back to our vegan kitchen. We're back with another recipe. We've got Tabbouleh style salad today. And I call it Tabbouleh style salad because it's not really tabbouleh at all. Tabbouleh is traditionally made with cracked bulgur wheat and mint and parsley, and we don't have any of those things today because we're making this vegan. We're making it gluten-free. Not that tabbouleh is not vegan, but it's not gluten-free because it's got wheat in it, and we're not eating wheat right now. So we're going to substitute quinoa. Nice, right?
Sounds delish.
Everybody's favorite. Everybody loves a nice quinoa. And instead of parsley and mint, we're going to be using my favorite, the bitter herb. I don't know if it's an herb, but it's a bitter green Broccoli Rabe. But you could also, if you don't like Broccoli Rabe, you could substitute just plain broccoli or broccolini, or asparagus would be nice in there. I do have asparagus too, but I really wanted Broccoli Rabe. So it's very simple, very few ingredients. You make a big batch, keep it in the fridge. You can have it as a side. You can have it as a main meal. You could eat it with some toasted pita bread or pita, however you say it. And let's get started because it's super simple and I want to have this for lunch today. So I've got a cup or so of quinoa that's been soaking here, and look at how filthy it is. That's disgusting. You should always rinse your quinoa off. I find that if it soaks a little bit, all of the gunk kind of floats to the top. So I'm just going to pour it off. You don't have to come with me. I'm just going to turn around and come back.
Okay.
So we got most of that off. I like to cook it in a pan with a strainer because I don't like to cook it like rice and have all the water absorb, because then I feel like the ones on the top don't get cooked enough. So I'm just going to pour it into here. You want to get all your quinoa out. It's going to stick to the bowl like a little bee. And over here I've got some boiling water that I just boiled. So to get the rest of my quinoa out, I'm going to get it out like that, and then I'm going to cover this and a little bit, and then some with the boiling water. And then it needs a little bit extra, like the boiling water is not enough, so I'm just going to put this on my simmer burner. That means the tiny little burner on my stove, but if you don't have that, see, it's a cute one back there. It never gets above a simmer. So I'm just going to pop this on here while I make the rest of my ingredients. Turn it down to a simmer. I've already got my green onions chopped up, and don't worry, all of the ingredients and their quantities will be in the info box below. Now here's my beautiful bunch of broccoli rabe. You can almost get married with this. It's so beautiful. This was 99 cents at the supermarket, and I don't love it just because it's cheap. I love it because I love a nice bitter green. I love some kale. I love this. I love Swiss chard. So I'm going to chop this pretty fine because you don't want any big pieces of it. If you're not a fan of the stalks, feel free to cut those off and save them for something else, or just throw them out if you're not into it. And by throw out, I mean, if you have a compost, put it in your compost pile. So I'm going to carefully chop these so that they don't all go on the floor, because that's no fun.
Yeah, that'd be bad. That green is so vibrant.
It is, and can you smell that bitter?
Yes.
Oh, so nice. Obviously, when you get up here, you got to make it a little bit bigger. All right, that's pretty good. You don't have to go completely nuts on this.
It's a nice size pile.
It is a nice size pile. Just be careful of the stems, because you don't want anybody to get a big piece of stem. That's no fun. So we're going to turn on our saute pan to medium high. If you're into olive oil, put in a little splash of olive oil. There's also going to be some in the dressing, so I'm sorry if you're oil-free. This is probably not the one for you because it's got a lot of oil in it, but you could probably half the oil if you wanted to, and it would still be totally delicious. So as soon as this gets hot, we're going to put in our greens and we're going to saute this for just a few minutes. We don't want this all the way cooked through and wilty and gross. We want to just take it down a notch. We want to give it a talking to and have it just, you know, we don't want it raw because it's going to tear up your stomach and you're not going to like that. Oh, Janet, be careful.
No dumpies.
Yeah, you don't want to dump this. All these nice greens. Yes, you are so beautiful to me. All right, well, that's cooking over there. We're going to juice our lemon. And I have one of those fancy lemon things that you squeeze, the press.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't find it right now. But this is my other favorite lemon thing. It's a reamer. And it really gets in there, boy. When your boss says he's going to ream you out, picture this.
Yikes.
I know, right? I bet he can't get away with that now. And it does a great job.
Wow.
It really gets in there.
Mm-hmm.
This one was nice too. It didn't have a lot of seeds, so that's great. Save that for whatever. We're gonna chop up our tomatoes as well, but first we're gonna give this a stir. 'Cause remember, we don't want this to cook too long. The lemon juice is gonna really do a lot to soften it up too, because this is one of those salads that the longer you leave it in the fridge, the better it tastes. It's like the salad of soups, or the soup of salads, I guess you would say. Alright, so this is just going to need another minute or two. And we're going to chop up about a cup's worth of beautiful Wild Wonders tomatoes.
These are so good.
Yeah, you don't have to use Wild Wonders. You can use a regular tomato. You could use Pomodoro tomatoes, anything you want. But I just love these. They're so colorful and they're so sweet. You could even do more than a cup if you want. It depends. And tabbouleh usually has cucumber in it, but I'm all cuked out, you know? We've been having a lot of cucumber lately, and frankly, I'm a little bit sick of it right now.
You're over it.
I'm over it, so I'm just going to leave it out. But you definitely could add some cuke if you want, and some mint. But I don't really like mint at all. All right, our broccoli rabe is just about perfect, so we're going to add this to our big bowl. Then we're going to add our tomatoes.
It's Christmas!
Yeah. We're going to add our scallions. This is 4 stalks of scallion cut up. And now we're going to make our dressing. We are going to put in the lemon that we already squeezed, but we don't want the seeds. And I don't have fresh garlic right now because I used it all up on St. Patrick's Day. Sorry, Irish. So I'm just going to use granulated garlic. So that's it's like a clove's worth of garlic. We're also going to put in some sea salt. And not so secret ingredient, up to 1/3 of a cup of olive oil. I say up to because if you're cutting back on your oils, you can use less if you want. But my mom is Mediterranean and she actually drinks this every day. And she is almost 92, so I can't argue with that. I have no recourse on that, so... For her, great. Maybe if you can't do that, sorry, but that's her philosophy.
Every body is different.
Exactly. And every genetic makeup is different. So her body says, I want to drink olive oil every day. So we can give this a stir. Whoops. We're just waiting for the quinoa, and it should be ready any second. The way you can tell that quinoa is done cooking is when it starts to bloom. It opens up and you see like the little
curlies.
the little shells come off. Yeah, little curly cues. So let's see what we got here. Yes, you can see it's starting to bloom. And this was a tricolor quinoa, so that's why there's some darker ones in there. They're not poop. It's because it's tricolor. And sometimes the darker ones take a little bit longer to cook. So I don't want anybody to get a hard piece of quinoa, so I'm just going to let this cook for another minute. All right, so our quinoa is ready. You could see the little curly cues in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to drain it really well. Sorry, that's a lot of steam.
No, we're just in really close.
Oh. And it got even closer?
Yeah.
Make sure you drain it really good because you don't want extra water in there. It's going to make it too soupy. Okay. Beautiful. So we're going to give this a good stir, and then we're going to let it come to room temperature, and then we're going to move it to the fridge. And you want this to sit for at least a half an hour so that the dressing really has a chance to get sucked into the quinoa, and we'll be ready to consume it.
I guess we'll see you then.
See you in half an hour. All right, there we go.
How gorgeous is this?
It really is. It smells so garlicky good in here. It's ridiculous.
I love the garlic. Look at that. Gonna spoon this right on.
Got a little bit of toasty pita here.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm so excited.
I'm
it
having
smells
this
so
for
good.
lunch.
Minus the pita.
Right.
Whoop. Mmm. Very tasty.
Oh.
Oh, I love that lemon juice in there.
Yeah. It's not too much. Even though that was a giant lemon, the lemon is not overpowering. I'm sure it's Granny approved with all that Evu too.
It's yummy.
Why, thank you.
All right, one more.
I love the bitter broccoli rabe in there.
Yeah.
It's something a little bit
nice.
different.
It's a little different, yeah.
It's a little more depth of flavor.
Even though you said you put like a bunch of oil in this, it doesn't feel like
it doesn't feel
super oily.
Yeah.
That is just so good. I love the quinoa in there.
Oh.
It's like a beautiful quinoa salad.
Yes.
No!
Somewhere a dog is drinking. Right here.
Mm-hmm. It's really good.
Nice. I hope you enjoy.
Thank you, I will.
It was very easy to put together. And that's something that you can have a big vat of.
It just tastes
like
so
this
fresh.
in the fridge for when you want to pull it out for a lunch, or you throw some chickpeas in with that and have a complete meal.
I'm just terrified to have like green in between my teeth.
No, you don't.
Okay. It's one of those things, again, that's just going to get better and better the more that it sits.
Right.
And it's really good even just now.
Yeah. It's really delicious. I hope you guys tried. There's no other way to describe it. It's just good.
Yeah. Fresh, delicious.
And put in what you want. If you want asparagus, put in asparagus. If you want parsley, use the parsley. Be traditional. I just really like the broccoli rabe.
It is very, very yummy.
You could also add the mint if you like.
You could. I'm not partial to mint.
I'm not a big mint person.
Yeah.
Even when we had the feta salad, I didn't like the mint in there.
I like my mint in my gum.
Yeah.
Or mints.
I like it after I eat.
Yeah.
Not when I'm eating.
Thank you all so much for watching. Let us know if you give this a try. And subscribe if you're not already subscribed.
Smash the like button.
And
Sorry,
until
you
next
gotta say it.
Yeah. Until next time, much love.